Because the Conor McGregor of 15 and 17 and 16, the one that went 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather, that Conor McGregor was in a rush to greatness. And if that's gone, it's over. That's a wrap, man. But to be a politician, he wants to be a politician. Hell, I think people in Ireland don't even like him, Chill. Like, everybody I speak to are like, they can't stand this dude. But I guess he feels like he has enough support to go into politics.
Merab's a nice guy. He really is.
Yeah, Merab is a funny dude. Like I said, if we weren't in this situation,
he does not like you.
We would be.
He doesn't.
He hates you.
And I understand why. Smoke Merab.
Probably, that's a good point. I don't know. I'll forever be grateful for Merab in that sense that he beat me, made me become a better, not just fighter, better person, better human. Like losing's a weird thing. My life has completely changed over the last year. Last time I fought him, I was 29. I'm 30 now. I'm a grown man. I have hair on my chest now. I quit smoking weed too. I haven't gamed either. I quit gaming. Yeah, I also haven't yeehooed once this year.
Jade the Peen.
Haven't Jade the Peen once this year.
Not once.
Not once this whole year. I feel like a lot of things I've made change-wise in my life are going to attribute to my performance. Decided 2025, I'm done with social media. Haven't Jade the Peen once this year.
So which part did it say like yeah, and I added in wrestling training sessions? I mean, of course, maybe he is. It's just funny that like everyone makes such a big thing. Oh, he's changing his life. He's giving up the Mary Jane. I'm like, those are the things that technically made you who you are and a champion. So like for someone to tell me go cold turkey, no more drinking, blah blah blah. No edibles, nothing. I'm gonna look at him like, yo, bro, this is what got me here. Why would I stop?
Carlos Prates versus Hey, this is a banging fight. This is a banging fight because Carlos Prates has kind of proven himself as a guy that can headline, a guy that the company can get behind to go out there and deliver a big show.
Carlos Prates does bring a different style. He is more dangerous with his hands, with his knees. He is a smaller version of what Alex Pereira is. Not so much of that crazy pop, but very diverse with the striking. He and Garry, man, for as cringy as he could be, bro, he's dangerous, man. He's a lot more tactical than we give him credit for.
I agree with you. One thing that Ian has shown, he's willing to do what it takes to win the fight, even if it's not pretty. For a guy like Carlos Prates, you know, you don't know unless you don't know. And my man right now is just riding high on it. Bo got that cig on her, you know, bumping that Ross on her, you know what I mean? Carlos Prates don't care. I'm riding with him, man.
You've always been a heavyweight, a bigger guy. You've always been over 200 pounds. Once you got to, what, 18 years old?
Back in 1996, I started training Sambo and Judo, and it was in Sambo Judo, it was weight category 100 kilos and plus 100 kilos. I was about 106 kilos, and coach told me, listen, it's easier for you to cut 6 kilos, about like 12 pounds, and to compete at 100 kilos. And when I saw how lightweights divide chicken wings on 4 parts and eat, I said, no, I don't like cut weight. I like to eat, I like food, so I'm not going to do that, and that's why I became a heavyweight, yeah.
That's how it should be. Cut weight. We should all fight up weight class. I would love to fight at 45, even 55. I walk around 57, 58.
Long camp, but it was good. You know, been in really good nick. These last couple of weeks, I can't get complacent. I need to still stay sharp, if not sharper. So just try and stay on top of it all. Do everything right and finish a great camp. You know, he is a new school, right? He's very dangerous, exciting, which has got him this opportunity. Still good, as I said, dangerous, but if there's a fighter that can capitalize on that sort of style and use their experience, wisdom, fight IQ, and really make someone that's aggressive pay, I'm the man to do it. So, that's what I plan on doing. I think, he's going to be aggressive. It's going to be a fun fight for everyone. But I think that opens a lot of doors for me. So I'm looking to really, really show everyone that I'm back. That this comeback's going to be real. Could be one of the biggest comebacks you ever see. Coming off 2 big losses. A lot of people think I'm done. They have every right to think that. Everyone knows I love this position. I love proving people wrong. People are doubting me. I know a lot of people are still supporting me. But I got something to prove. I wanted to prove it to myself, but I've already proved it to myself in the gym. I know I'm ready. I know I'm that guy that can go out there and show the world. Now I just need to show you guys.
But when I come back and I see him, he comes in, I go into the room and I see his hand, and you look at his hand here, and this finger's all the way down here, broken, and I'm like, my eyes just got really wide, like, whoa.
Oh my God.
What the heck, and he was, I just said to him, I said what I felt. I said, you know what, Umar? I felt, in my opinion, I felt you won 3 out of the 5 rounds, and maybe I'm being biased, but I felt in the 5th round, the reason why you didn't win is because he showboated his way to winning that. Like,
yes.
He acted like the victor where you were tired, and that's why I feel he basically took it from you because you led him, but I felt you won, because when you're looking on damage and this and that, but when it comes to presence, he definitely got that.
Yes.
He got that. So, but the actual damage that he did was nothing compared to what Umar did. He did more. But again, he did show that I'm the winner, and Umar couldn't stop him, from showing that, so, I can see how the judges would get swayed on that,
On Sunday, someone tweeted me about Bootlicker, Bisping, and Flat Earth Throch talking about me. And sometimes when I know that people say something about me, like I'll go find the clip and I'll feel some sort of way about it. On my life, on my kid's life, I didn't search it. I didn't look for it. It did nothing to me. It meant nothing to me. And maybe that's growth. Maybe that's maturity. I don't know. The next day, I was tagged in a clip. And so I watched it. And my takeaway wasn't feeling mad, angry. Oh, sometimes I see the clip, I want to come on here, 10-7, hit him up, all this stuff. I'll even ask the guy, should I answer? Should I not? Should I respond? This and that. They'll say one thing, I'll ignore it. I'll come on, I'll do it. That never happened. That never happened as well. My takeaway was, I felt really sad for Michael Bisping. I felt really sad for Michael Bisping because I can't imagine what it would be like to have once been a bad boy, to have once been a rule breaker, to have once been a pioneer, a trailblazer, a guy who marches to the beat of his own drum, to be that guy who did whatever the hell he wanted and didn't kowtow, didn't shill, was a rebel. That's who Michael Bisping was. If you watched him in the early days, 06, 07, 08, 09, that's who he was. The British bad boy, the shaved head, spits on your corner, tells you what he thinks of you, doesn't hold back, no filter. That's exactly who he was. And the guy that I was watching in that clip in particular, and the guy that we have seen over the past year or so, what he has morphed into, what he has turned into, is the polar opposite of that guy. And he knows this, and he knows that that guy once existed, and he has to look at himself in the mirror each and every day and pretend like he is still that guy, and pretend perhaps like that guy never existed, when he knows that he has morphed into this zombie, this shill, this guy who has had his brain infected by this virus, all because he wants someone to be like, good on you, mate. Here's $5K to call the next Apex card, and please do your best to put over how great all of this is. And if you do a good job, we'll pat you on the head and give you the next big slap fighting gig at the Fontainebleau. This is what he is striving for. He is striving for someone to one day say, like, thank you for doing that. Thank you for saying that about big, bad, ugly Ariel Helwani, so that maybe one day he could get on that, I don't know, that fight night in Austin, Texas. And then maybe just one day, if something happens to DC and if something happens to Rogan and if something happens to Dominic Cruz, he can maybe get that pay-per-view, all to get there. And that's exactly what he's become. He's become the guy who will try to do anything in his power to curry favor with his bosses, as much as he doesn't want to admit that. just so that he could get that opportunity, that big break, to call that big fight at your local Apex, your local arena in some random place in America. And so he has to turn to this. He has to become this. And that's a bummer, because I remember the old guy, and the old guy was actually a really good friend, and all of a sudden he just changed. And he says all these things, and he makes up these stories, and he has this vitriol and this venom towards me, who has never done anything but support him, but have his back, told the stories many, many times. And so he now teams up with Flat Earth Throch, who can't stop talking about me, even though he says he doesn't want to talk about me. All he does is talk about me. And so I said, yeah, the Bootlicker and the Bellend, like I'm not that interested. It did nothing to me whatsoever. Those two guys coming together, talking about me. What did I didn't sell out 80,000. I didn't win a world title. Who the hell am I? I'm a nobody. I shouldn't be on your radar. I'm just a guy out here who can't get into MMA. What have I done? I'm just a nothing. Ultimately, the feeling was sadness because of what Bisping in particular has become. Because this is someone that I met his family. I liked him. I considered him one of my close friends. Did his documentary, all these things, had him on for the book, and then all of a sudden he realized, like a few others, if I just talk shit about this guy, maybe, just maybe, I too can call UFC Vegas 104. So we all have decisions to make, and that appears to have been his. He'll come around like they all do. I can assure you of that.
Oh man, how great is this? If it ain't my old pal. Find a happy place. Find a happy place. Find a happy place. I'll show you a happy place.